What's up, Boss Tweezy? It's your boy, Dumb Beezy, and I'm coming to you here live from the Steezy. And I'm back at it again with another episode of the Jam Skating News. I came in here today in Dun Beezy garb because I have a roller skating stream today. And I want to start breaking up the streams. So if I'm going to have different content areas, I can have a stream dedicated to that content area so it's a little bit more watchable. Well, anyway, 1 second. 1 second. One more thing. What are we talking about today? Riedell versus VNLA skates, inline skate street events that are coming up, and I want to talk about RollerGames versus RollerJam. RollerGames and RollerJam are two old school roller skating TV shows. These shows focused on banked track derby, and they had different levels of realism and competitiveness. I'm doing some studying on Seattle skating history as well as roller derby, so I wanted to take a step back and check out the video. Yeah, Bell. So today, I'm gonna today I want to start the stream off with a testimonial. The title of the testimonial will be, "You can plan a pretty picture, but you can't predict the weather." But actually, you can predict the weather a little bit because it's 2025 and we have meteorologists for that. But you know, it's the outcast line. I started understanding this outcast line and really empathizing with it when I started doing video shoots because I would plan a pretty picture, but I get outside it be raining. I could plan the pretty picture, but I literally could not predict the weather. I couldn't figure out when it was raining, and I noticed that when it rained, I couldn't work. For a long time, this would be the bane of my existence. One day when I was in Thailand, I got to the place where I was like, the rain can't stop you. So I got the discipline and willpower to work through the rain. Well, this week, I was browsing Instagram and I found a reel that really changed my life. I started watching like the real estate reels where the dudes be talking about going to the bank, getting a loan, taking that loan, finding a tenant, flipping it, going into debt, making money technically, because anyway, it's the blah, blah, blah method, whatever. So you always get the parts of those videos where those dudes are winning and they're like sitting there with the calculator, da, 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 look at me, I'm so smart. Well, this dude has a channel with his son. His son's like 18, 19 right now. Well, he's been real estate invested and now he's to the point where he's managing his own homes. Well, Pops is like, yo, you gotta have a schedule of when things are happening, what's gonna happen, what time it's gonna happen, who's responsible, and what's the backup. Then he started breaking down the consequences of not working like that because you have to push your goals. You have to push the business. So right now, he's sitting in the house, he's paying $2,000 a month in bills for the house. And because he's paying $2,000 in that, he also has the other costs, the soft costs. So he has like $4,000 a month that he's spending. The only way to start making money is to get a tenant in the place. Well, how does he get a tenant in the place? He got to get everything set up. He got to get the photographer out. Got to start marketing. Got to have those sales calls. So the biggest lesson that I got from that is having a backup plan, as well as starting to set deadlines in my week to week. Before I start thinking about more grand plans, I have to imagine what are the projects that you're supposed to be doing right now that don't have a deadline. I noticed that I've been trying to write the emails and start my email list for weeks, but nope. And then I also remember the last time I had an email list, one of my big struggles was consistently posting the emails and writing them. So I'm like, all right, man, are you going out and pushing the issue on the things that you need to do in your life? What's the deadline for your weekly YouTube video? What's the deadline for your weekly email? And I wrote it down that day. And then I committed to doing what I needed to do during the week in order to accomplish that. And then I wrote down a backup. Two things I've been very apprehensive to do and push myself to consistently do is set deadlines on tasks, on day-to-day tasks even, as well as having a backup plan. So my plan for the emails is to schedule it. And the backup plan is to do it on the day of worst case scenario. I can make a backup plan, a better one, but I said, hey, that's what you're doing. I'm saying all of this to say the Done Beasy email list is restarting today. I have the first list written. I have the first email written, and I'm going to be releasing that today. Right when I get off this, probably. So boom. So for the email list, this is how it's going to work. I'm talking with the boss Tweezy on YouTube posts, via the email, in the comments, and on Instagram, and looking for different questions that people want me to answer. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to write a newsletter. So first, the email list is the newsletter. In addition to the boss newsletter, there's also going to be email list exclusive videos. One of the email list exclusive videos is going to be the first drills for skills, the backwards drills for skills, the first modern drills for skills, the backwards drills for skills video that I'm working on now. It should be coming out this week. And so the boss exclusive email list drills for skills will be dropping next Sunday. Boom. In addition to a monthly exclusive drills for skills, there will be a monthly email list only exclusive online class. I'm going to be going live and teaching different lessons and going over different topics with the email list. Well, this is all a part of the new Done Beasy YouTube memberships. So for the YouTube memberships, it's really just Done Beasy classes. The first tier of the memberships is the HBO memberships. The Help a Banana Out tier. It's 99 cents. And inside this tier, there's the members only chat, the members only emojis, and there's also early releases for videos. Because when I release a new video, I want to send it out to my people in the memberships as well as in special communities, possibly the email list. I'm going to see how I feel at times for an early release of the video. Boom. Next tier. Everything from the first tier and 2 drills for skills videos a month. And the thing about these drills for skills videos is I'm using this as an opportunity to build the Done Beasy tutorial library. So as these different videos are coming out and developing, more videos will be available for everyone. And finally, in the third tier, it's going to have everything from the first 2 tiers in addition to a weekly online class. And I want this to be the community that we start building and creating in order to grow together. One of the reasons why I settled on the name Drills for Skills is first to push back against the idea of clicks for tricks. Something I noticed was in modern roller skating, people were more focused on doing tricks And I sat down and I asked myself, what does it take to actually do a trick? It takes a drills program that helps build the skills that form a foundation that allow you to do whatever trick that you want. And so I started looking for a way to practice my drills to build my skills. And I settled on the drills for skills tutorial format. I like the drills for skills tutorial format because it also connects to other training modes in athletics. If you ever see a football player, American football or international football, depending on the vocabulary that you're using, inside of the gym training, you'll notice that they're doing different activities that are sports specific. Inside of this is the stamina building as well as the psychological elements that come with repeating a specific tactic and then having the different coaching methods to make sure that everything's tight. But anyway, that's where drills for skills comes from. That's the basic idea of drills for skills. Boom. Next thing I want to do, I got to do it for the Julius Rock Twiz really quickly. I got some snacks for the next piece of the stream. I got some snacks for the next piece of the stream. I got a cup of water and I got a cup of almond milk. Oh, wait. Before I introduce my snacks for the stream, I have to talk about the second part of my testimonial. Actually, this isn't really the testimonial. This is the beginning of the inline section. I want to talk about some upcoming inline skating events and what the realities of these events is making me think. I was jumped online and I noticed that there are going to be a couple of big inline skating events this summer, and I want to get to them. The first one that I saw was a We Are Skate DC inline skating weekend in Washington, D.C. There's let's just go straight to it. Here it is. June 20th to the 22nd. So this is coming up quick. Oh, whoa. I forgot. I'm on the green screen cam. I'm on the green screen. The thing about being on the green screen, I like having the picture in my background. Let me come to Squidward's house. While I'm having this awkward stream transition, I want to give a shout out to myself and growth. I'm always shouting out myself for everything. Whatever I do, I'm going to give myself a shout out. I remember when I was not good at manipulating the stream. And I had so much trouble doing stuff like this. One time I had to cut the stream off. I just didn't think I could solve it. I said, you're not going to be able to solve it in time. Boom. So now I got a green screen square. Oh, it's on my desktop. I put it on my desktop so I can see. Bring that down, sure. Skate with We Are Skate DC, June 22nd to the 25th. Friday night skate, Saturday workshops, Sunday 5K, 10K, and half marathons. Let's see how far a half marathon is. I believe that's 13 miles if I'm not mistaken. Yep. 13.1 miles, 21.1 kilometers. A 5K is 3.1 miles or the equivalent to 12.5 laps. So let me tell y'all the way that I see it. Before I saw this event, I had been thinking about starting to run track. This week, I actually ran a sub 10-minute mile. A 10-minute mile. It's not a 10-minute mile unless it's technically sub 10. Because if you get to 10:01, it's not a 10-minute mile. And as I was noticing that I was pushing myself to run faster, I was like, yo, you should start competing. Well, when I saw this, advertisement, I said, wait a minute. You could compete as a speed skater. I had thought about speed skating. At first, I was like, do the half marathon because it's the biggest one. This the biggest flex. Do the longest race. And then I started thinking to myself, what if I got a little strategic about this one? Instead of trying to do the longest race because I have the stamina, do a shorter race so I could use my burst of speed and stamina over that shorter distance. Thinking about it, I could probably full steam a 5K, especially where they're going to be skating. Because I know they're not skating in the hood. I know they're not skating through Southeast. I know they're not skating down near 30th, near Anacostia. I know they're not skating down there. I know they're not skating up and down hills. I know they're not skating where people break traffic laws and drive on the wrong lanes. I know they're not skating where the road ain't paved. I know they're not skating there. They skating in a real track. So I might be able to stretch some dudes out. I ain't gonna say I could take it. skateoftheunion.org/about. But I'm not even sure what people skate on this with. Oh my God. They got real skaters. They got dudes with the booty shorts on. Oh, snap. I'm gonna have to get some booty shorts. I knew this was coming. I might not beat the booty short brigade, but I'm cooking everybody else. If you don't come in this setup, I'm getting on you. If you don't got booty shorts on, If you not committed enough to speed skating to put on some booty shorts, I'm getting on you. That's what I'm gonna say. Online registration. Saturday and Sunday events require registration. Inline and quad? There's a quad? Excuse me. Red light, green light, all you need to stop at speed. Most of the regularly scheduled group classes are held at Point Park in Alexandria, Virginia, under the Woodrow Wilson Bridge. What did you say? So they're serious. I thought that was like a joke. Learn to Skate Clinic to support public service. ICP Level 1 Certification Prep Course. What's this? Oh, this is seriously out there. What is... Why did I do this live? I guess this is the... I guess this is the what's it called? I guess this is the allure of live, the rawness. So this is cool. So this looks like a program to become an inline skating teacher. I may investigate this more. This looks like a cool program to investigate because it can give me a background in inline skating technique. But in Jones Park, Alexandria, Virginia, next week at 2 p.m., I don't think I'm going to be there. Going to Alexandria, Virginia is harder than getting to Thailand. Getting to Alexandria, Virginia is harder than getting to Thailand. Because if I want to go to Thailand, I just need to get to BWI and get on a flight. I'm going to have to take a train, a bus, 2 cabs, jump a fence and cross a creek to get to Alexandria, Virginia. No. What's happening in DC? Inline certification program, teaching the world to skate since 1991. Turn your passion for skating into a profession and get certified to teach online, in person, and hybrid programs are available from the Inline certification program. Skater's Quest, promoting the sport of inline skating since 1997. Skaters of all levels can improve skills with certified instructors at Skaters Quest. If you haven't taken a skating lesson, what's stopping you? Okay. So Skate DC weekend coming up in September. I want to start doing the Tuesday night skates. I haven't gone to a skate all winter. All winter. I skipped all of them. I told them I was coming back flaked. Flaked. Promise you. But another one coming up, September 2nd to the 7th, another big inline skate meetup. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to this one. The fact that these dudes is on straight up speed skate setups in booty shorts is making me worried. 100 millimeter bills, straight up hitting the stances. I'm getting worried. I think I talk too much trash. So I can make Friday. The Friday night skate, I'm in there. Everything else, I can't make it. So I can't make this race. I don't even got to practice. Thank God. Oh, it's Rollerblade sponsored? The Indian Head Trail White Plains Inn. Excuse me. So let me talk about this for a second. I've been studying Maurice Moquad Zila Sanders. And inside of his story, he talks about how he went to a rollerblade 10K and it inspired him to come back, start his team, and start doing stunt shows. They got sponsored locally, then they started getting sponsored by bigger teams and bigger teams until he's traveling internationally. And from the moment that I saw that, I started thinking about the power of roller skating and inline skating meetups. And I said, you got to make them. If there's really a rollerblade 10K challenge, let me see if I can make it. Let's see how far away it is. Before I say you can't do it, from Union Station, oh, I could take the train. First, I walk to the train, and then I get to Metro Center. And then I jump on the 620 bus to Waldorf, a commuter bus. And I get off that commuter bus, and I get on a connector bus. It's not that far. All I got to do is take a commuter bus. So I take a commuter bus. Wait. I do all of this before 9 a.m. And this is Monday. We don't have the most recent timetables for this area. This is all on Monday. Okay, what if I walk? Let's get this whole thing set up. Hey, good morning. How you doing, Basti? What time is it there? I know it's not the morning. So I'd have to leave on Friday and stay there. But let's see about walking. So they're saying it would take me 9 hours to walk 26 miles. Bruh, wrong one. Tell me why I was trying to roller skate across the United States. 3 years ago, I was going to get sponsors and try to inline skate across the United States. I'm not trying to inline skate to White Plains, Maryland. Wait, I have to stand up. How? So it's still the morning. Wow. I'm asking how. And this is about the size of the marathon I'm talking about running or skating. Technically, if I was really about it, I would just inline skate to the marathon because it'd be a perfect warm up. But let's keep going. I'm dragging. I'm a little bit behind schedule. I need to pick it up. So I'm going to be here on Friday and then skate DC weekend. So before I talk about doing this with anybody, I need to get some booty shorts and some real inline speed skates. Cause ain't no way. These dudes got helmets. This looks serious. The second thing that I saw, Big Apple Roll 2025, June 31st to August 3rd. July 31st to August 3rd. Book a room. Ooh, it's gonna be in Times Square. So 219 to 249 a night. Reservation cutoff date coming up. This looking like a $500 weekend at least. But the Millennium Hotel Broadway, 249 or 219 to stay downtown in New York. Booty shorts. Why are you so surprised? I'm talking about booty shorts. Dog. Tell me why I didn't even realize these joints is gonna be like a hundo. I never even thought about how much this would cost. My booty shorts. $85 for the speed skating booty shorts. Gonna need some special $45 gloves. $100 if you really bout it. At least. They only got them in small and medium. Do you have to wear a dance belt? Yeah, I need a large, bro. Even large, I can barely fit that. That's like barely inside of my height. I kn- chest. I got to get my chest measured, but if that's a regular size guy's chest, so when I say booty shorts, I'm gonna be in a hoochie zaddy spandex outfit. I'm gonna be at the next inline skating race in the hoochie zaddy spandex outfit. Mark my words. I'm gonna have to upgrade from just the regular rollerblades. 1 second. She said, "Yo, the thing about this black and yellow, they probably made those together in the lab at the same time." Yo, wait. On the rollerblading site, they only got them up to medium. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life right now? Yeah, this joint kind of clean though. I'm gonna be looking clean. So Big Apple Roll. Let's check out the schedule. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it looks like Thursday to Sunday is the main event. Wow. Maybe go Thursday to Saturday, leave on Sunday. Sunday morning cool down roll. Nah. By Sunday, I'm gonna be over it. Saturday, mega skate. Yeah. Mega skate party. Friday, Saturday looked like the night. So a night skate, a day skate, ain't no way, boy. 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 One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight skates in a 5 day period. Is this at Empire, the skating rink? No. Why not start the week early with New York City's longest running group skate, rolling since 1989? Empire Skate Club's Tuesday night skate is for high, intermediate, and advanced street skaters, well accustomed to skating after dark and skating in traffic. It will be the most difficult skate of the week. 20 to 25 miles. This kids is what they call blowing your load. Ain't no way you're going to do a 25-mile skate Tuesday and then do 8 more skates that week. Union Square, 10 p.m. What are they smoking? 10 to 15 miles? Dope. You smoking dope. Crack. Cocaine. What the helly? Moderate street skate. What the helly? What the helly Burton? What the hell, LeBron James? Our team is hard at work planning the best cakes for you. Wow. They didn't even got this one planned. So they freestyling it. We gonna free ball it the rest of the time. But you best not think that this ain't gonna be bonkers. The crazy part, this gonna be the most intense part. So you telling me Unc, Gramps, Auntie and them gonna start skating Tuesday night with a 25 miler. Come back Wednesday with a 15 miler. For all of my children who's in the first to second grade, can you add up how much they've skated before Thursday? Imagine your auntie skated 40 miles before Thursday. Thursday, another 10. Friday, another 30. Children, how much has your auntie skated by Friday night? Then she gonna get up and go out to the club? And this is where I say the dope comes in. To wake up at 9 a.m. to cool down? If she not doing something, auntie not gonna skate 100 miles through New York City traffic in the summer with a backpack on without a little help. Auntie might need to get on that Randy Savage, the Lance Armstrong. Y'all better start stretching for Big Apple Roll. You better stretch, go on a training arc, drink your water, pray to Meg Thee Stallion's knees, because it's getting real. It's getting real July 31st. So I wanted to say all of this, and I'm on a tangent. I'm not on a tangent, but I'm dragging. On my path as an inline skater, I've been building my kit. I picked up a couple of items, and I didn't know that these items were going to be so transformational. First thing I got, the Insta360 X4 camera. I got the Insta360 X4 camera because I saw all those videos of everybody skating and I wanted those Instagram videos. Well, in my head, that's all I was gonna do, get those Insta clips. So when I got it, it came, I got my first skate out, I was happy with it. Well, when I jumped online, I noticed that people use the Insta360 to get B-roll footage as well as kind of like a quasi drone. They use different accessories like the selfie stick, the same one that you can use for yourself, can be used to extend and stabilize for different clips. That's when I got the idea. What if I use the Insta360 cam in order to replace my Sony at some shoots? Let me show you something. I can go down to Anacostia with the Insta360 action cam and the selfie stick, get videos of myself, follow people around, and make a little skate clip video. Especially with the different aspect ratios and effects, it will at least be a great addition to a kit. What I have been doing is, let me show you the whole bag. This is the bag that I take to film my videos at Anacostia. Inside of this bag, I have my Sony A7 camera, which shoots in 4K. The Insta360 cam shoots in 8K. This is 8K in a 360 scope, so it's not true 8K, but you're probably starting to get the idea on the numbers of it all. Even though the Insta360 cam is lighter, it can, on paper, punch like a Sony A7. I know my camera guys are about to get specific, start talking lenses and stuff, but wait. Let's think about this on social media clips for a second. If you're making social media clips and the alternative is a Sony A7 that you have to stabilize with, drum roll please, drum roll please, a gimbal. So gimbal and camera carrying versus Sony action cam stick and the action cam. This thing is so heavy, I had to get stronger just to use it. My arm would tingle on long shoots. I remember when I went to Hong Kong and I carried this around all day, my right arm almost completely fell asleep in this position. I had to learn how to use it with my left arm to give my right arm a break. This kit setup is so heavy that it is a deterrent from shooting. Sometimes when I want to go shoot at Anacostia, I don't want to go because I have to carry that whole kit plus my skates and equipment. And if I want videos of myself, a tripod. And by shoot at Anacostia, I mean record videos for the rhythm skating page. Now I'm like, I want to give a test. I want to do a test. There are some summer events starting at Anacostia as well as some unofficial sessions. Before the next big link up party, I'm going to go down to Anacostia and test out my setup with the Insta360 cam and put it against my Sony footage. Oh yeah, it was insane. But I got stronger. That's one thing that I can't say. I gotta say, I had to struggle, but I got stronger. Next thing, I picked up something else and I've been using it. I got the DJI Mic 2 in order to shoot street interviews. I wanted to shoot street interviews I wanted to start doing interviews so I could collaborate more at the next stage of my social media development journey. I never realized how much versatility getting a wireless lav mic would give me. I never realized how much versatility getting a wireless lav would give me. First thing I started doing is I stopped using my setup mic. I don't have it right now. It takes less time to set up than my podcast mic, and it has a similar quality. Additionally, the DJI mic connects to so many different devices. Because it can connect to my PC as well as my phone, I can use it to shoot tutorials in the field instead of carrying my entire setup and then getting a shotgun mic to go on top, and the shotgun mic doesn't even sound good because the audio is not immediate. This saves me so much time because now when I'm shooting tutorials, I don't have to come home and do a voiceover. I can do the voiceover at the time and then have a more rich voiceover because I do it at the same time. That was only the beginning. I realized that I can connect the DJI mic to the Insta360 cam as well as the next new piece of equipment that I got. This is important and this is special because that means that whatever special angle footage that I'm getting, I can use my wireless lav mic in order to add audio to that as well. And that's gonna save me tons of time in editing and give me so much versatility. This is all in addition to being able to stream with multiple people, interview people in public, do skate videos in the city, and I can also use it for my personal vlogs. So all in all, I'm super duper happy. My next big test is going to be using the mic as well as my other cameras that I have gotten in order to shoot my next roller skating course and the tutorials leading up to it. I want to use this to stress test the entire system and see where I want to use this let me say this again. I want to use this experience to stress test the entire system and see if there's some features that I might not like or something that I may want in the next edition. Now it's time to show you my latest toy. I'm extremely excited about this one. I got a drone. This drone, AI, following, stabilization, special movement. This is going to allow me to take my video production to the next level for all of my videos. Excuse me. I'm going to be able to get movement shots every single shoot. So in addition to strong tripod, strong audio, and strong audience targeting, I'm also going to have a visual element to take it to the next level. I'm super excited about this because I'm going to be using all of these pieces of equipment in my next course shoot as well as in my next dance videos. I wanted to come in and do it on stream and talk about it now because a piece of my inline journey has been developing my kit. When I started looking at different inline influencers, I had to admit, I really liked what they were doing with their video production, and I had to get on their level. These are some of the pieces of equipment that I saw them using, and now I'm excited to start using it in some of my upcoming projects. My first big project and my first big test is going to be the Drills for Skills recordings for my next course, as well as my YouTube membership videos. And I'm going to have updates on all of that coming super duper soon. Boom. That's the end of the inline updates. Wait, before I leave on that, I want to do a quick comparison on the equipment. Carrying my skates plus this pile of equipment, or carrying my skates plus this pile of equipment. And I have all of this extra equipment, but I can't move. I don't get any shots of myself. Let me say this again. I carry all of this equipment and I don't get any mobile shots, and I have to choose between shooting other people or getting myself. Additionally, this does not include any high quality audio. When you can't record high quality audio while you're recording everything else, it makes it difficult to make high quality, engaging videos. And that's why this is such a monumentous moment. It's also why I kind of wanted to include it in my testimonial, because I'm like, that's testimonial-esque. If this was church, if this was church, that's the type of thing dudes would interrupt everything to tell everybody. They go walk in, I know it's just regular praise report time, but I got a story. I got a story. Music minister, I need you on the keys, because I'm going to need some hits. Dan. Let me get focused. Oh my. It's 1 hour into the stream, and it's time to get serious. It is time to get serious. Because it is time to talk about what I came here to talk about today. There's actually two things in the stream that I'm looking at. There's two ways that I could take this right now. I said I was talking about RollerJam versus Rollergames. Let me do RollerJam versus Rollergames first. I'm going to do RollerJam versus Rollergame first because I am hungry. I got to keep it real. This will give me an opportunity to react to something. I realized something. I got to pace myself on stream. I got to pace myself on stream. Especially since I'm adding in dancing. Adding in dancing can really drain my energy. And sometimes it could take me a couple of seconds to get refocused. So I'm like, yo, the scheduling of it all. Anyway, that's enough talking. I want to show a quick intermission video. Yeah, super duper quick. Because I got to handle something real quick. And then we back in it. I had to be real. A piece of me wanted to lie. Not lie. A piece of me wanted to go weak. And just only react to one of the things that I put inside of my title. And I'm saying, why? Because you're hungry. You need some water. But if you had some water, you'd be like, hey, taking that break, now you back for both sides. You're going to do everything the way you're supposed to. Since we're talking about Riedell versus VNLA, let's see a little bit of episode 1 of Life of a Pro Skater. Man, honestly, dog, I can't trust these dudes. I promise you. I will slander. I will go from loving these dudes to slandering them immediately. If they hit me with some copyrighted music. No Cantrell coming for his half of my penny. You can't have my penny. I don't know you. That's my penny. Man. This dude about to come for his half a penny. So do I give the half a penny to Cantrell or do I give it to this dude? They both coming. I'm going to lose a half a penny to both of these jokers. You know what, Cantrell?
I want to grow, I want to evolve, so nobody's any different. Whether you want to try to make a living out of this or whether you want to have fun. So, hopefully we do both. Hopefully we have fun and hopefully we grow.
Wake up with it.
From what we're about to do.
Wake up with it. Wake up with
As at the end of the day, you should all be trying to be the best skater you possibly can.
Wake up with it. Wake up with it. I've been on go, let's get it. I need it all, let's
It's
get it.
how you express the music that you hear.
I be with God, let's get it. Yeah, I've been on go, let's get it. I need it all, let's get it. Yeah, put in that call, let's get it. I be with God, let's get it.
My name is Steve Cantrell, professionally known as Cantrell. What do I do? I create, whether that be through making music, whether that be through skating, whether that be through graphic design or creative direction or directing in any kind of way, fatherhood, whatever it may be, I do art.
What's up, brother? How you feeling, man?
Good. How about
Doing
you?
all right? Good to see you, man. There's more people in here right now than I thought it would have been at this
missing a lot of
moment. You know,
people.
exactly, you know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm about to say, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. It's been a long time. It's almost 10 years.
Yeah, bro. Which is crazy because when I found out you were making music, I was like, damn, bro. One of my favorite one is Keep Yapping.
You gonna be here tomorrow too?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
I'm performing that joint.
This Summer Jam last year.
I was wondering if I was gonna do that one or something else, but I was like, I gotta do that one.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you, bro.
To me, in skating, community is everything. It's the heartbeat that keeps everything going. You know, without community, what do we have? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's especially seen on the style skating side. You can see how strong the community is. You can see how they support each other. And how that support probably plays into the strength a lot of times. Having a strong sense of community keeps.
So this is like a cool little view of the vibe. Shouts out to my homeboy Andrew the Asian, rolling around in the background. Shouts out to the random Andrew. I don't want people to think that this is racially charged. It's really his Instagram name. Like, hopefully he didn't change it, because if he did, see? It's not me. He got one post now. Oh my God, this dude. He hitting his swag boy era. Of course he got one post. So let's get serious. The most important part of the stream is to do it for the Julius Rock Twiz. I got some nachos today. And I also got some Biscoff cookies. with some almond milk. Okay, 2 hours. Okay, boom. RollerJam, Illinois riot. I want to look at the Illinois riot because I want to find more Reese Sanders. The Illinois riot versus the New York enforcers. This is a whole episode. He said he had a rival. My arch nemesis was the golden boy, Jason Mac Daddy McDaniels. So who did Jason Mac Daddy McDaniels play for? I want to see him with his biggest op. Pull up on him. Dice, look at this dude. Look at this dude. He bout it. Jason McDaniel, a skater for the Nevada Hot Dice who performed the X-Men duo with teammate Mark Webber. Now skates for the team Your Mom Men's Roller Derby based. I want to see him versus the Hot Dice.
Got caught with his pants down. Pulled within the trenches that may decide the game.
Whoa, Brian Gamble.
Wide on all sides, maybe. I'll tell you what, Webb. If you know what's good for you, you're gonna hide behind that sissy little convict girlfriend of yours. You're gonna wind up with your teeth knocked in.
Little convict girlfriend. Hey, yo!
Down and dirty for the sake of a victory.
I'm afraid to skate against the oral authority. Not because they're so good, but because I'm afraid of
Hey, yo!
The only thing Jenny Matthews might catch is a fist to the face.
What the hell? What the hell is Burton? What the hell is LeBron James? This is some WWE stuff.
Attempt to infect the dice. Next on RollerJam.
Oh, they got inlines. Is that Maurice? Hey, they got flips. Ah, this is live. Ooh, they doing jumps. Yo.
This is RollerJam Arena at the World Skating League. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is RollerJam. We are so happy you're with us tonight. as we have a tremendous game for you between the Illinois Riot and the Nevada Hot Dice. And when these two teams, on the men's side at least, call for speed, that means two of the great jammers of all time. Mo Sanders of the Riot, Jason McDaniel of the Hot Dice.
So they got real strategy. There's an element of strategy. The big difference between RollerJam and RollerGames was the over-the-top and theatrical elements, as well as the modernization of including inline skates. The fact that they're actually hitting real WWE moves in the middle of this skate competition and doing jam skating breakdance moves makes me think, like, how much theatrics was included in RollerGames? You used to watch this back in the day?
Yeah, two great skaters out there. Mo Sanders right now, he has the Jammers belt, Roy. They went at it a little while ago, a couple weeks ago, and Mo Sanders came out on top. However, though, it wasn't fair. Jason McDaniel was cheated in that matchup. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, Rory.
You could say that, but it was still a tremendous match race. When they say 5 laps, anything goes, that includes flying right off the track the way Jason did there. And if you say anything goes, maybe that includes taking the skates off of your opponent and making a dive.
Hey, Mo Sanders!
Did, and that is the way he won that.
Look at him! But he on TV! It's like the meme with the dog.
Between the Illinois Riot and the Nevada Hot Dice, and when these two teams, on the men's side at least, call for speed, that means two of the great jammers of all time. Mo Sanders of the Riot, Jason McDaniel of the Hot Dice.
Yeah, two great
Jason McDaniel
right now. He has the Jammers belt, Roy. They went at it a little while ago, a couple weeks ago, and Mo Sanders came out on top. However, though, it wasn't fair. Jason McDaniel.
Ooh, hit him with the booty bump
in that matchup. No
they boxing
about it, Rory.
You could say that, but it was still a tremendous match race. When they say 5 laps, anything goes. That includes flying right off the track the way Jason did there. And if you say anything goes, maybe that includes taking the skates off of your opponent.
Let's look at the strategy on this.
Say 5 laps, anything goes. That includes flying right off the track the way
he took his skate off,
Jason did there.
separated it from the lining, dropped the lining, and took his skate and ran off. What type of Looney Tunes cartoon villain stuff is this? That's like that scene from On Bach where he throws the guy the knife. He throw the little kid a knife, tell him to fight out the alligator pit. Let's bring it back.
The skates off of your opponent and making a dive for the line, because that is what Mo Sanders did.
Now Mo celebrating.
He won that match race in the end, but it's a battle that could go on and on for years, and you'd never have a clear answer.
Yeah, Jason wants to settle it on the track tonight, though. It's going to be a great matchup for all the WSL fans to watch that matchup tonight as they skate around the speed and the moves that these guys possess. Wow.
And if you've never seen the Oral Authority of Illinois
Riot,
Ref,
do something.
Because here come the Riot.
Look at him.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the Oral Authority of the Riot. Those 3 guys right there. Denise Loden in the middle. On the left of your screen is Laura Weintraub. And now skating out of the middle, another tremendous.
We're the Oral Authority.
They look good, but they get the job done.
Yeah, they really do it.
Daniel and Weber.
Mark Webber and Jason McDaniel of the Hot Dice.
And McDaniel wants that belt back. He says, give it to me. It's mine. You stole it from me, Mo. And they'll go at it right when that opening whistle starts play tonight.
And then you got Worldwide.
So it looks like they're smaller teams.
Have you checked into that yet?
Yeah, it's quite a website. A lot of people on it always chatting and all that good stuff.
And they talk about Mark Webber?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Here comes Devo on skates tonight. Let out of those handcuffs. I don't like the looks of this guy. I wouldn't like it if he were looking at me yelling right now.
He is one mean dude wearing that outfit with the number on the back. That's scary.
I don't know what he did to earn that number on his back, but I think we'd rather... Have you checked into that yet?
Let's listen to this website line again.
That belt back.
So we got Mark Webber.
It's mine. You stole it from me, Mo, and they'll go at it right when that opening whistle starts play tonight.
And then you got Worldwide Webber, a guy with his own website.
Have you checked into that yet?
Yeah, it's quite a website. A lot of people on it always chatting and all that good stuff.
And they talk about Mark Webber?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Here comes Devo on skates tonight. Let out of those handcuffs. I don't like the looks of this guy. I wouldn't like...
So Mark Webber started a website when the internet was still new. Listen to how surprised the announcer is that he has his own website. I have my own website. You probably know tons of people with their own website. Mark Webber, one of the original roller skate influencers.
If he were looking at me yelling right now. Amanda's idea.
The badass blocking a bit. Tell you about Mark Webber.
So they're talking, getting the story set up. Ooh. So it looks like it's racist.
All right, thank you guys. And the race to see who will get the first 50 points in this league is hot and heavy. Jenny Matthews, you said at the beginning of the season you were going to be the first jammer to reach 50. You're at 37 right now. You're leading the league, but this girl, Amy Craig, has 29. She's only 8 behind you.
Amy Craig is no threat to me because if the mouth of the South spends as much time skating as she does licking those lollipops, we may have a competition here.
Hey, why don't you stop being a mini-me and just shut up and skate?
Yep, there they go. Back to you, Roy.
Thank you, Danny. Shut up.
Look at them skates.
That's what Amy Craig has to say.
These are some nice skates they got on. Straight up 4-wheel speed skates. They got like higher cut boots, but they still have straight up speed frames. Yeah, attitude era. Let's talk about the attitude era for 1 second. I'm glad you said something. The fact that it's been 10 minutes of the show and they still haven't done nothing, very WWE. They just building the story, showing everybody the storylines, making sure you're excited. Tons of spectacle.
Two people that don't like each other going after first to 50 points.
And the first jam of the night is underway. Denise Loden and Shea Brown lead the pack out of there. Skate. That leaves guess who? There.
This seems staged. This is definitely staged.
Thank you, Danny.
So they start off the race racing.
Two people that don't like each other going after first to 50 points.
It's like they let those two girls get out front.
Denise Loden and Shea Brown lead the pack out of there. They said, give us somebody who can make a move.
Yeah.
Loden who jumped out and knocked Shea Brown down easily. And that leaves guess who?
Turn around and look at her.
Jennifer Matthews.
So she know you did it on purpose. Oh.
Right now she's living up to it. 37 points, Rory.
She's off to a great start. All she needed was a team in which she could really shine, and this is it so far. The Dice, Craig and Matthews. Well, let's give it to both of them.
They barely have pads on.
Now Shea Brown and Denise Loden get back there to block for their respective teams, and so far neither jammer's been able to get an inch. And Loden's about to take care of Matthews. Amy Craig. They were double kills at just about simultaneously.
The two leaders of the teams, the Warrior Princess and Lips Loader, who's taken out and taunting her, Roy. She's smacking her fanny.
Little Patty.
So it looks like they have co-ed heats or gender-separated heats. Oh, here we go. So is this a background story on Mo? Ah, snap. It's about to get up.
Tiptoe to victory right there. You bet.
Corbin's trying to get Denise Loden, along with referee D. Dixon, into the cage. She doesn't want to go in, though.
So they got to throw her in jail. She's just not going.
Finally, in she goes as the first period has come to an end. Loden's kicking things around.
Wow. She got him. No.
Oh, boy, that ought to be a fine of some kind, huh?
Something. Yeah.
Broadway is with Mo Sanders. Broadway?
It's the 90s, so you know you got to hit that one.
All right, thank you. And Mo Sanders, this is the first time you're going to face Jason McDaniels since you won the title from him.
Yeah.
Cashed the money in the bank and won all my titles. Messed around and got richer than all my idols. He said that he was a Dennis Rodman character. I didn't know he literally meant that he had his hair dyed like Dennis Rodman.
You guys saw how I worked the bank track. I won the belt. You guys know I'm the best on the bank track. And practically, I'm the best on the bank track.
I'm the best.
In fact, you know what, Danny? I got a video for you. You need to check this out.
All right, let's look.
What is up, people? You guys saw me win the belt. You know
I got a video for you.
You saw me on the bench.
Ain't no way he dropping a promo.
Show you how I get down inside the skate park.
Yo! Oh! Yo! Bro dropping parts in the middle of the promo is crazy.
What's up? Mo Sanders in the house. You saw the skills. You know what I can do. I'm out of here.
Danny, how fresh was that? Do I got the skills or what?
He recorded the first selfie video ever.
What's up? Mo Sanders in the house. You saw the skills. You know what I can do. I'm out of here.
That's a straight selfie angle.
Danny, how fresh was that? Do I got the skills or what?
All right, very fresh indeed. Back to you, Rory and Mark.
I'm out here.
I guess there's no question that Mo Sanders is the greatest man in the history of the world. Although McDaniel's going to dispute that when we come back for the second period of this game. Don't go away, everybody.
Talk about Mo Sanders is the greatest man in history. They talk about him like he Indy Gemma Jones. Okay. So let's see.
Well, Sanders, I got to give you some props, man, wherever you are out here.
However, on the other side, how about these two
Mo
tough
Sanders
guys?
and Ray
Mo
Robles.
Sanders you know all about.
And the rest are nobodies.
You probably know about too. Check out the skates. Ray's on the quad skates. He's been around this game a long, long time. There isn't a trick he doesn't know. All right, we're just about ready for that.
The
second
World
period.
Skating League.
First, a little rebuttal from Jason McDaniel and Broadway Danny Wolf.
All right, thank you. And Mac,
Uh-oh.
we heard what Mo had to say. We saw his video. He
He's
said
cutting a rebuttal promo. Look at him. He about to hit him with a Randy Orton line. He about to hit him with some rock lines.
he's fresh.
Yeah, well, Sanders, I got to give you some props, man, wherever you are out here. That video was amazing. I mean, it was outstanding. I can't even pull off all those moves myself. And it's good to see that you got some friends in production. But as you may or may not know, I have some friends in production myself.
I had some friends in production
and the other night
myself.
we put together a little video. I'm calling it Mo Ain't Got No Skills.
Wow. No way. drop the lowlights on live television is uncalled for.
You call that
I would
fresh?
steal
Where's
off
the
on bro.
freshness in that, all right?
If I dropped a part and somebody got on the mic after me and dropped all the lowlights from my part, I would steal off on them. This is going to be a heated match. You call that fresh? He said, yo, this is so matter of fact.
All right, thank you, Jason. Back to you, Roy.
There's nothing I like better than a good outtake video. I don't think Mo enjoyed it very much, though. Nobody's perfect. Here goes two guys that get pretty close on most jams, Sanders and McDaniel. You might as well get used to it, Mark.
This is what the WSL fans wanted, Roy. This matchup tonight between
Early
these two
fall.
young guns, two cocky guys out there on the rink tonight.
It's almost like a personal match race right now, as the two of them go out there looking for points, also looking to prove something. Weber's back there in the back of the pack. Weber's a tough blocker, so's Robles. We talked about these four guys just a minute
Got
ago.
him pressed out.
There they are. Robles works on McDaniel, and Weber's railed to Sanders. That leaves Weber free to go help McDaniel if he could, but Jason got tossed into the rail by Robles. And now the pack is kind of bottled up, and McDaniel.
That's a nice stunt. Whoa, that hurts.
Whoa, that's a play by those two guys. We've seen it before, but it's spectacular.
What?
They are.
This is definitely some WWE stuff.
Works on McDaniel, and Weber's railed to Sanders. That leaves Weber free to go help McDaniel if he could, but Jason got tossed into the rail by Robles. And now the pack is kind of bottled up, and McDaniel.
Yo!
By Weber. They are. Robles works on McDaniel, and Weber's railed to Sanders. That leaves Weber free to go help McDaniel if he could, but Jason got tossed into the rail by Robles.
You see how he fell on that rail to slow him down for this stunt?
That leaves Weber free to go help McDaniel.
He said, bro, what are you doing?
But Jason
Oh,
got
no.
tossed into the rail by Robles. And now the pack is kind of bottled up, and McDaniel.
Where is the stunt? Where is the movie magic? Just sacrifice.
By Weber. Whoa, that's a play by those two guys. We've seen it before, but it's spectacular every time.
Now, Roy, that's what I call fresh, Justin. What a play by Weber McDaniel. Man, did he get some air.
That's as fresh as you can possibly be. Same-day delivery right from the bakery. And Richard Brown went out there to say something to McDaniel, but he doesn't have too much to say after that play.
No!
1-2 punch of Weber McDaniel.
He sacrificed his body, slamming down on the track to get the points, as he's done so many times. And the Dice lead the Riot 7-2.
Okay, jam number 2. Let's see it.
And Sean Corbett says, get that pack together. Let's go. Jam number 2. And go ahead again. Jason and Mo, go ahead and get out there and jam and see who wins this time. Neither guy gives an inch to the other one. You know they respect each other. They'd love to beat each other. And now Sanders has the edge, and that's Christian Salvia on a late chase to try and double up and get points for the Riot. Two jammers. Ooh, Salvia got knocked into that rail hard by Weber. And now Devo goes up against Robles. Weber is there. They all are to go. Oh, there with the chili powder into the eyes of Devo and Weber, and that set things up.
How about Ray Robles? If you can't beat him with brute straight. Oh!
He had it in both hands.
So just a regular jam.
Points. Robles just did a drop kick that dropped Weber maybe for a while. That's Gamble picking himself up, and Robles, as usual, says, hey, I didn't do anything.
And look at McDaniel.
Set things up.
How about Ray Robles?
An inch to the other one. You know they respect each other, but they'd love to beat
I didn't
each
see
other.
the chili powder.
Now Sanders has the edge, and that's Christian Salvia on a late chase to try and double up and get points for the Riot. Two jammers. Ooh, Salvia got knocked into that rail hard by Weber. And now Devo goes up against Robles. Weber's there. They all are to go. Oh,
Wow.
chili powder into the eyes of Devo.
That was cayenne pepper in the eyes That's crazy. I didn't know what he was doing. The fact that the cameraman, let me say it at the right time. The fact that the cameraman zoomed in to catch this, if he really threw cayenne pepper in their eyes while they were skating, it would be over.
They all there with the chili powder into the eyes of Devo and Weber, and that set things up.
How about Ray Robles? If you can't beat him with brute straight, oh!
He had it in both hands. Sanders gets the points. Robles just did
The commentators commentated first try, no misses.
That's Gamble picking himself up, and Robles, as usual, says, hey, I didn't do anything.
And look at McDaniel. McDaniel's
I don't have any chili powder.
over there. There he is. Look at, he's in a daze right now. What happened to McDaniel?
He got knocked down, I think, by Gamble. I'm not sure.
There should be
from the play.
There should be chili powder on the ground.
Robles has it in both hands.
1000%.
They turn around and
Head cannon.
because there's Gamble with that ninja move. Look at Robles just standing there.
Look at him. He's in a daze.
I didn't do anything. That's a good play, wasn't it?
Roller games. You have probably seen clips of roller games. Copyright war.
It's time for RollerGames.
Oh, wow. They got a straight up commissioner. Oh, this looking intricate. Cheerleaders, they straight up doing the dash.
It's the battle of the superpowers as the evil Eastern Empire meets the Western Alliance in the big All-Star game.
The stare down is crazy.
Mr. Mean and Monster Man on the same team.
The fits.
Will Sweet Stephanie deliver a 1-2 punch?
Not the glam metal guitar. The jumps in the middle of the game? Yeah! Coming through the tunnel with it. It looked like Nintendo NES. It looked like the Super Nintendo. It looked like Street Fighter 2 on home console. So it's the intro. Frog splashing a dude on skates is diabolical. Why is there groundwork? What the helly? What the heliante? What the heli Burton? What the heli Bron James? What the heli Bron James? What the heli Barry? With the dagger stand? With the panic grappler? What in the SPD is she doing right now? Yo, take your roller games to the streets. Police! Help! If you was doing this in the street with your friends, you deserve to be arrested. I'm calling the cops. Ref! Do something!
Randy beat the blonde bomber.
Ref!
Can Sunset Stevie make it?
Do something! That slide was clean. So some of these are part of just the daily. Ben Stiller. Zoolander in this joint. Yo, I have a whole other piece of the stream I need to get to after this. I'm not done. The vamping has not started. I have not vamped. Let's watch a little bit of this. I know they coming for me. I like these peak fits is clean.
He throws on his yacht.
Hot Flash is a new team in the league, David.
Led by Flash Futura from the streets
of why does this feel higher quality than RollerJam?
Team Hot Flash.
Let's go down to the infield now and Shelley.
I think we're in for a good time tonight with Hollywood Hot Flash.
I love this. I love the way they look.
Aspiring young actors and actresses. They may not be so serious about skating, but they're going to have a good time, and so are we.
Back in my day, this was the most beautiful woman in the world. Not this specific woman, but this is what beautiful women look like.
You saw their manager out there bumping
The Pamela Anderson look. Young Britney Spears.
his team members. So hang loose tonight. It's going to be a great time.
Well, and now the Thunder and Lightning of bad attitude. The team that actually
Man, they dancing over there. Oh man, they dancing. They dancing like it's the 80s.
Serve burnt toast. And their manager is tempestuous.
Oh, girl, beat them up.
Probably will leave the dome tonight
They
with more
jazz
games than the
dancing.
skaters.
And one of those skaters is right there. He is the Monster Man, the biggest thug in all the league. He specializes in administering attitude adjustments that sometimes causes real havoc amongst the opposing players. This week, he's skating on a wounded ego, Chuck, because, as I mentioned before, last week, he was devastated.
The biggest thug is crazy. Hey, yo! Who's he calling a thug?
Another black jersey. Defensemen are spinning as the Kahuna cha-chas his way to 4 quick points with less than 5 seconds in the cycle. And it's a dandy for the underdogs. Hot Flash.
Well, many times, Hot Flash has been accused of being the show.
Oh, hey, what? Oh, baby.
Like I was saying, this team right here has been accused of being the flash in the pan kind of team.
I mean, I guess if he punching people after the whistle.
Against this bad attitude team.
That's Kahuna down and a bit wobbly. Valdez Lopez out to the rescue. 7-4 is the score. Hot Flash leads bad attitude. Remember, in each period, you try to squeeze in as many.
So those the Hot Flash outfits.
Cycles as possible. And that 6-minute period clock never stops. New jetters, it'll be the Iceman, Harold Caldwell in the hot pink of Hot Flash, and Dr. Fu.
The teams have stereotypes is crazy.
Attitude. There's the whistle that starts the cycle. Again, in that first lap, they weave through the pack and then head for the jetway. A whip on behalf of the Iceman. He heads up the crease, gets only 2 points. As does Dr. Fu.
Look at that climb.
Over the jump.
Yeah.
They each get 2 as well. Monster Man remains the rear blocker.
You had to be able to skate to do this.
To the rail. Dr. Dr. Fu is going to try to get around Flash Futura, get some help from the Monster Man, and he's now going to coattail the Monster Man quickly around those pink jerseys, and he stops the cycle by tapping his head.
There's the bad attitude lineup. Once again, it's the most disgusting.
This looked like Doom. This looked like Duke Nukem. Drop a 1 in the chat if you remember when video games looked like this.
Lineup in the entire league, led by the Monster Man.
Valdez Lopez had a gripe, delivers it to referee Paul.
They're wild for these stereotypes, but I like the visual storytelling.
That's why you see new jetters nearly every cycle. The long, lanky one there in the hot pink is perhaps a rookie of the year. Cass, Robert McEntee. Behind him is the Bulldog jetting again.
You have to come all the way up into that area for it to count, and then do a jump. Ooh, change the lead.
Catch up, and he's off balance. So much for theater. Down goes one pink jersey. Bulldog races past another, stops the cycle by tapping his head, and celebrates a good cycle for his bad attitude. It's a 1-point game. And on another.
So it looks like in order to score, it's a combination of how many cycles you lead as well as how many times you go to the wall of death. Y'all wild for dropping those 1s in the chat. You can blame me because I specifically put this all on. But if you drop a 1 in the chat and encourage it, JK, no Johnny Somali. The first thing I'm going to say, it's easier to follow RollerJam than it is RollerGames. Like, period to period. But when I'm looking at this whole series, I think it's easier to see this. It's easier to see them playing. It's easier to see the stories built together.
Now let's take a look at how you
Man, look at that skirt. So 6 points, 2 points. That's crazy. I like the way that they broke that down. That's good. Wow. So you get extra points for clearing bigger jumps? I'd be at the crib. Like, he wasn't over the line. He wasn't over the line.
You get 2 points.
And very few skaters in the league are able to execute that full 12-foot distance line on the jump. New jetters, Flash Future,
where are they
a
helmets?
10-year veteran in the pink. There he goes. First
that's dangerous. So they give him the whip so that he can make it into the area and get enough speed to clear that jump. That's a big jump. That's a big jump to do with somebody chasing you.
Futura tried to get around the Monster Man. Excellent rear blocker. That's Kahuna Jerry Reich dropping Ninja, and Ninja struggling to get back up. Now down goes Flash Futura. That opens it up, and the Monster Man opens it up even more. And he's now going to allow Ninja to coattail him. Look at him pick up the individual points as he passes those individual pink jerseys. Less than 10 seconds left in the cycle in a very close game. Monster Man is going to ride Flash Futura over the rail.
To be able to do that over the rail consistently without hurting yourself.
Final single point, and there's Flash.
Chuck, I just learned that the T-Bird twins are in the Super Roller Dome tonight, and they, of course, are in double trouble now because Georgia Haas wants to split them up. She wants to get them off the T-Birds and send them to 2 opposing teams.
I want to see one more super jump.
It's really unfair. you know, I don't need that.
So we got halftime shows. Why is this woman wearing lingerie?
Back in the Super Roller Dome,
I'm not criticizing her decision because I'm like, oh man, why does she have so few clothes on? It's just, why literal lingerie? I wasn't born during the 80s. Was this fresh in the 80s? Like, girl, you need to go home and put on some clothes. Not more clothes, but just clothes that people wear outside. Like when them ladies go to the Met Gala and they show it too much, or like that's too much, or you know what I mean? It's real revealing. It was a dress. These are dresses. There was fabric applied to these meant to go outside. These are your night clothes. This is what our grandmothers wore. Yo, that hair is ridiculously big. What did you do? If you walk out the house with hair like this in 2025, people are going to think you made a mistake. They would go into the salon. I want the biggest do possible. Frizz. More frizz. What is this? What is this? It's like that Terrence Howard clip where he tells those boys that they're black. You're black. Why do you have a perm? Your hair is already curly. It's not big enough.
Bad attitude. She threatened to give me an attitude adjustment if I got out there and sang during halftime. And I think it's really unfair.
I'm not gonna guess her complete race, but brown enough to get to have a couple curls. Let's keep it real. Let's stop pretending.
Back in the Super
Something,
Roller Dome,
a little bit of volume.
Play with Hot Flash, leading Bad Attitude 34-28. Ladies up.
So somebody told her they were gonna beat her up if she sang at halftime? That is crazy.
And the first jetters will be sassy Gina Valadares for Hot Flash. And behind her as they head for the Margaret Christopher. 2 points for Valadares.
Okay, she got the higher one. Let's see who got the jumps. Oh, she played it safe with the jumps.
Now they're going to jockey for the individual points, trying to pass those.
Yeah, that corner is wild. Oh, and her helmet fell off. Stage hazard. She has to finish this jam, no helmet.
Get those evil claws of hers into another young victim. Just as she has done to those poor.
Nice T-stop. Woo!
Into the gator pit.
I'm gonna stop looking at this. Not because I don't love roller games. I need to move on with the stream. Everybody, I'm moving too slow. I'm moving too slow. I have 1 hour of stream planned. It has been 2 hours. And I still have not gotten to what I put on the thumbnail. The lack of helmets, I'm imagining being on this show and having to finish a round after my helmet has actually fallen off and I have to do all of these moving stunts that involve me taking break falls. It's so easy to go a little bit too far, and you don't need to hit your head on the floor to get concussed. You can bounce. All you need is a tap. Pow! That's probably how it's gonna go. Body, head, tap, body. And you're gonna be up. I might start watching RollerGames like while I eat. I want to do RollerGames play-by-plays. I was thinking about something while I was watching it. Ref do something moments. RollerGames is a big ref do something. What are the refs there for? Please do something, ref. Riedell versus Vanilla. So when I started making the Riedell versus Vanilla video, it was a more general experience. I was going to talk about the difference in history and break down the products. The more that I started to study, the more that I got better at comparing the products. At first, I had a general overview, and I was going to talk about Riedell versus Vanilla, which one you should buy based on which style you want to do. It was just a TLDR at first. TLDR. Vanilla specializes in a couple of styles of skating. Vanilla specializes in a couple styles of skating. They specialize in mid-level jam skates as well as inline and mid-level rhythm skates. While Riedell sells a larger range of skates and they have a greater depth of skates. So they have more skates on the lower range and they have more skate packages on the higher range. And that's all it was going to be. And then I started thinking to myself, what if you broke down different packages and you put Riedell versus Vanilla head to head? So that's what I want to do. I want to put Riedell versus Vanilla head to head, product for product, niche for niche, and really say, who wins, Riedell or Vanilla? And I want to start off with their beginner skate budget-friendly option. 1 second, I'll be right back. I'm getting hyped up now. Y'all can hear me, but you can't see me. Because I got King Kong in my trunk. King Kong, King Kong. I am turning on the air conditioning in my house. Ooh, now I'm opening the window to see how much sun has came out. I'm thinking about if I can do a roller skating shoot today. And I am back. Let's do this. Low key, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Low key, high key. High key, I want to stretch a little bit. Let's go boss cam. So boss cam. High key. Before I get into it, I want a little bit more alertness. One of the weirdest things that I do with my friends is I start exercising. And they'll tell you, all of my friends for years, like, I'll just get the exercise on. Like when I'm playing Street Fighter with my friends, I get up and I do some yoga. Woo-wee. I like to do the yoga because it helps me stay alert. This next section, this next section gonna be important. It's the big moment for the stream. It's the thumbnail moment. This next section. So tell me why I kind of hurt my ankle dancing yesterday in the house. These are also a good exercises in practice if you sit for a long time. So 2 hours of sitting. I don't hear nothing but ladies calling. Ladies calling me. They keep coming from wall to wall. Excuse me. Let's get it in. Riedell versus Vanilla. Package by package. Niche by niche. I'm feeling more alert already. First package I want to look at is my budget-friendly, colorful beginner skate packages aimed at newer skating lifestyle women. I say specifically to women because this package range is looking to compete with Impala skates. They come in at under $150 and they're often on sale. We're looking at colorful suede boots that come in women's styles exclusively because that's one of the things that makes Impala special. That means that we are comparing the Riedell Orbit with the Vanilla Parfait. Let's start off with the Riedell Orbit. Oh, before I forget, for each of these comparisons, I'm going to be comparing these skates on 3 things: price, specs, and the X factor. Excuse me. So for the X factor, I'm going to use a combination of personal experience. For the X factor, let me say this from the beginning. The first 2 are pretty straightforward. Which one costs more? Which one has the nicer equipment? But the X factor is going to take a little bit of explanation. The X factor can be my personal experience, or it could be something that I know about the specific niche this item is supposed to serve, and which product has something about it that I think puts it over the top, at least for me. Let's begin. Awesome. So we can find everything from here. I said we're going to start with the Riedell Orbit. Don't sell the Riedell Orbits. Whoopsies. Oh no. So the Riedell Orbits are competing with this level of roller skate. It looks like they might have their own specific skates that they're selling, and they might be going with their own brands. Oh, how about I can go to the Riedell site and I can go to the Vanilla site. So instead of going through the Tribuarch, the Arbitrage, Let's go to the Riedell site and let's go to the Vanilla site so that we can make everything standard. Riedell. Riedell Orbits coming in at $119. Riedell Orbit coming in at $119 from sizes 4 to 8. There is nothing like rolling outside with the wind in your hair and not a care in the world. These were the feelings that inspired the Riedell Orbit. We started with our popular 111 boot and spruced it up with splashes of bold color and unique tongue designs, and bang, the Orbit was born. Boots, painted up. High top design for ankle support and comfortable fit. Marvel aluminum plate. Solar Zen 85mm 85A wheels. ABEC5 bearings. Adjustable. For sizes 4 to 11 full only, medium width. Do not come in every single size. Let's compare this to the, drum roll please, Vanilla a la mode. Am I looking a la mode? No, I'm not looking for the a la mode. I like the a la modes, but this is going to be for a different comparison. The Parfait. Ooh. On the Vanilla site, coming in at $159. So the Riedell Orbit is winning the price war on this. Available in lady sizes 5 to 11. The Riedell Orbit does not come in lady sizes. It just does not come in sizes above 11. So 78 outdoor wheels, Vanilla branded wheels, okay. Rubber toe stops, Vanilla ABEC7. Oh. But the Vanilla Parfait has a nicer bearing. Additionally, with the microfiber, it's closer to suede. And this is what connects to the X factor for lifestyle skates, at least for me. If I was a person buying a pair of lifestyle skates, my biggest concern would be looking like I have a pair of Moxies without buying a pair of Moxies. And when I put that into the equation, I'm going to have to say the Vanilla Parfait just edges out the Riedell Orbit. To keep it a bean, word for word, bar for bar, these skates are pretty much on the same level. The Riedell Orbit has the advantage of being the Riedell 111 boot, technically with a color lab. The cool part about the Riedell 111 boot is it's a quality boot, 1000% skating rink certified. So it's a great boot. However, inside of this market, when I'm looking for budget skates, specifically those that appeal to women lifestyle skaters, the closer to Moxie you can be, the closer to the money you're going to get. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of people trying to come for Impala's bag, but I ain't gonna talk about that right now. The next head-to-head that I want to do you want to do general rhythm skating? My general rhythm skating pick for styles like JB, snapping. Let me say this all again. The next head-to-heads I want to do are for different rhythm skating styles. I like to break my rhythm skating styles into two types of rhythm skating. General dance rhythm skating and JB adjacent rhythm skating. Because for JB adjacent rhythm skating styles, you're going to be using boots inside of the OG style with the longer tongue. While in dance-based rhythm skating styles, you're going to be using a general boot that looks like the Riedell 111 or a high-cut boot. Let me say this again. For dance-based rhythm skating styles, you're going to be using high-cut boots that are medium-sized that don't have the tongue out. So you're going to have a standard lace, and this is going to allow you to have more control for pivots as well as more balance and stability for slides. That means that this is two different styles of boots that we're looking for, so this could be two different picks. Let's start off with dance styles. Looking at it. Yes, Riedell manufactures Moxie skates. Riedell manufactures Moxie skates, and they created a product to compete with Moxie skates. So the Riedell Boost roller skate package coming in at $185. Riedell 111 boot, power dying thrust plate. This is a solid plate. Sonar Riviera black wheels. This is the cool part about Riedell skates is Riedell skates come with collaborations from different companies. ABEC5 and the Jam Plug. Let's come to the vanilla site and see what would compete with this one. The Vanilla V-Line coming in at $200. Vanilla V-Line rhythm boot plates, Vanilla Gorilla double action plates, Sure Grip Fame wheels, black. Okay, so you get the Sure Grip wheels. And 95A, that's cool. ABEC9, so nicer bearings. And finally with the Jam Plugs. For this one, I am going to have to give the W to Riedell. The Riedell Boost Roller Skate Package. And I'm going to have to give it to Riedell for one reason and one reason only. If you are going to be dance rhythm skating in the ring, you need to be hood verified. You need to be street valid. The Vanilla V-Line boot is not good in the hood. I'm going to keep it real. You can't come to the hood with that. Do not come to the hood with it. Keep that out the hood. If you're going to be skating at Sparkles for Shuffle Night, you can grab yourself a V-Line boot. Second thing about vanilla products that I might think about, and this depends on the type of skater you like. Let me say this again. The second big difference between these two packages comes down to the products and the accessories around the boots. The products that these different companies choose gives their different skates a different feel. I always feel from my personal experience, Riedell skates are better for rhythm skating and sometimes speed skating, while vanilla skates have the flexibility that you're going to need to do more jam skating maneuvers. You can feel this in the plates. The Riedell plates, they're a lot more linear. There's less out of the box maneuverability on the frames. Excuse me. While the vanilla plates, a lot of the plates bend and they have the flexibility to allow you to do grounded flares. Because they could probably guess, hey man, this guy might be doing some grounded flares soon. Next thing. The next big question. OG style boots. Let's start off with Riedell. I call this the OG style boot because Riedell pretty much stamped this marketing wise. $729 for the Riedell OG roller set. Boot 172 black. Power dye reactor neo aluminum. I know this plate tight. I can look at this plate, and by tight, I mean that when you get the plate and you get the skate, the kingpin is going to need to be adjusted if you want a more loose skate. Let me bring this off of the jank. Second thing, it's called the OG style boot because Riedell is the standard in quality when it comes to this type of skate. On the other side is the vanilla OG. The Vanilla Godfather. Plate Gorilla 5 degree. Wheels Sure Grip Fame 52 by 32. Vanilla ABCE 9. I skate in the Vanilla Godfather right now. Coming in at $349. I got to keep it real. I can look at the OG. I can look at what the boot looks like, and I can predict that the Riedell 172 boot might be nicer. Looking at the plates, the Gorilla plate versus the Power Dine, that Power Dine aluminum, that joint is precise. And that's what you really get, and that's how you really develop that super duper tight JB style that you see a lot of people using. And deep down inside my heart, I can look at the way that my skates even lace. And I know if we lined it up right next to each other, the Riedell OG roller skate set is the standard. The standard in quality for this style of roller skates. However, I love my Vanilla Godfather. I love it. LOVE. I have never been this good. Never been this good. I love the way that it feels around my foot. I love the way that it felt out of that box. I swear by this skate. I swear by it. I love that extra support on the leather on the top of the boot. Like I'm watching it right now. I'm looking at a picture of this skate and having positive memories of feeling balance. You don't need to pay $749 to be an OG. Young blood. For all my young bloods out, young blood. Young blood. Just get the Vanilla Godfather. But stay out of Chicago. If you get the Vanilla Godfather, you can't go to Chicago. You can't go to Chicago. You can't go to St. Louis. Do not go to St. Louis with these on unless you are a St. Louis resident. Don't go to JB Knight at the rink with these on unless you are from Chicago. Stay home that day. There will be some places in the hood that you might need to tuck your chain if you buy a vanilla Godfather. I'm not going to lie. I won't judge you. But once you get inside that JB rink and you see all those people with those OGs on and those hides, that's where there's a little bit of separation. And if you're not me, there is going to be some days you're going to get flexed on by just a kid. It's like if you skate in a 111 and somebody come up with a 3300 color lab. 2 different colors on both boots. If y'all skate around the same level, they moves just gonna look better. That's the X factor. Money makes you look better. I just want to rolly with a dabber wrench. I already got some designer to hold up my pants. I just want some ice on my wrist so I look better when I dance. That's why it's the X factor. It's not personal. So for this one, I'm going to have to say it comes down to your budget as well as your needs as a skater. $700 is 2 times as much as $350. I'm not trying to patronize you. I know you could do the math. I'm looking to point emphasis to the fact that this puts you in 2 different spending categories. A $200 to $400 skate is a lot of intermediate skaters sometimes looking to get their next pair. When you're starting to spend over $400, you're truly a connoisseur. So saying that one skate is better than another and the other skate is literally 2 times as much as the other skate, it's not the best comparison. And this is going to be a truth that we have to admit about Riedell. We could say vanilla versus Riedell product for product, but a lot of these only work because I chose one skate. If I chose the nicest Riedell package for each style of skate, there wouldn't be a vanilla package that could compete with it. So in a sense, Riedell wins. However, Riedell also started in 1945. Vanilla was started in 2005. Riedell has factories and manufacturing that vanilla doesn't. It's amazing that vanilla is competing with Riedell in any shape, form, or fashion given the different amount of time. So I want to pitch it with that understanding. I'm not trying to down any company, but that's how I'm looking at it. Next thing, next package. Which one has better inline skates? Vanilla. Riedell does not produce any inline skates. However, Vanilla produces inline speed skates, and that's a special niche. Let me show a quick example. I couldn't use these on the street. I could get some vanilla inline speed skates. Could I, man? Means 13. These is clean. If I had some 4-wheel inline vanilla speed skates, ooh, I'm gonna be clean. I'm gonna be so clean. Next. Ice skating. Who has better ice skates? Riedell or Vanilla? Riedell, because Vanilla doesn't sell ice skates. The second crazy part about Riedell selling ice skates is, dog, ice skates is not easy to make or sell. I was at work wondering why ice blades are so expensive and why they don't just come on the bottom of the skate. I'm not a complete expert. I could post this up and I could talk to some people to get the whole answer. But this is what I think. And you got to get one of them things, or you're going to cut your hand open. So it looks like I can't buy a skate set. If you buy a skate set, they have to put the same blade on the bottom of every single skate. And that could be limiting to some skaters. Well, if you're a super advanced ice skater and you need to do double, triple, and quad jumps, you're going to need a different plate. Novice, junior, and senior synchro. Wow. The redesigned Eclipse Pinnacle Titanium blade is a perfect choice for the most demanding freestyle skater, offering an 8-inch radius for maximum speed with cross-milled toe rakes for secure ice engagement. What are you talking about? What is this? All I know is this joint's sharp. That's it. So boom. Riedell gets ice, Vanilla gets inline. There are two more categories that I want to go over. Jam skating and outdoor skating. Technically, yeah, jam skating and outdoor skating. So jam skating. Which company is the best for jam skating? The answer is not as straightforward. So let's compare a couple packages. For Riedell, I want to look at the Riedell Quest package with the $395 coming in at $700. This one comes in at $700 because it has a couple bells and whistles. The quick Zenith bearings, super nice bearings. The Solar Ninja Agile wheels, these are some nice wheels. The Powerdyne Reactor Neo aluminum plate. This is primo. Look at this plate. Look at this plate. Look at the craftsmanship. This ain't no 3D printing. This ain't a white label plate on Bronim. This ain't a white label wheel. A lot of the vanilla packages include what could be vanilla manufacturer white label wheels because it's just vanilla wheels. This is a straight up wheel company. The Quick Zenith and ABEC9 roller skate bearings are comparable in performance, offering fast roll with minimal maintenance. While Quick Zenith bearings are not ABEC rated, they are designed to perform similarly to ABCE9, known for their speed and longevity. So, boom. On the other side of this, the Vanilla Pro Series. Comes with the Vanilla Pro boot, the Vanilla ABEC9 wheels, bearings, the Vanilla Diamond Jam plugs, that's cool. The Backspin Remix wheels, Backspin makes some pretty nice wheels. The Gorilla plates include a lifetime warranty. But this is a plastic plate. So in the head-to-head, it's clear to see that the Riedell Quest package wins. Each piece of the Riedell Quest package is nicer than each piece of the vanilla package, sans the bearings, which are comparable. I skated in the vanilla Freestyle Pro Plus, and I had a Riedell Quest. Personally, I like the vanilla Pro more because my toe is wider and the boot has more flexibility. However, I really like the craftsmanship on the Riedell Quest, and I could see how the makeup of the plate could improve different aspects of my skating. It's just that I prefer the looseness and the flexibility inside of the vanillas or in each piece of the skate, down to the way that the Gorilla plate would bend on groundwork. However, let me say that again. But ultimately, I'd have to give the quality vote to the Riedell Quest once again. But once again, we're in a situation where Riedell has a package that is a level above the vanilla package. And it's not equitable to compare them. The thing is, you gotta wait because there's a little bit more. Let's keep on looking. This is a respectable Riedell Jam package, but this is the Riedell, let me say this again. This is the Jam Skating Competitive Standard. The Riedell Phase Roller Skate with the Color Lab, the 951. If you go back and you look at any competitive jam skating competition, it's going to be full of skaters using this package. So what this tells me, when they're punching on the same weight class when it comes to quality in skates, these skates are pretty comparable. But Riedell has some things in the tank that allows them to put the game out of reach for vanilla when things get into the nitty gritty. This is important to point out because let me start this over. I wanted to point out the fact that competitive jam skaters use the 951 because a lot of competitive jam skaters align themselves with vanilla. Vanilla gives them an opportunity to compete as well as be celebrated as jam skating performers that Riedell doesn't. But when the game is on the line, even those skaters are going to put on their nicest Riedell jam skates. So boom. Not all, but a lot of those skaters. Outdoor. For outdoor, wrong one. For outdoor, do I have an outdoor pick? Outdoor, yep, they both got outdoor. So yeah, outdoor is really a rehash of the beginner-friendly. Outdoor is a rehash of the beginner-friendly colorful skates. The Riedell Crew Skate, this looks like the full-sized. Nope, it's not full-size. It only goes 4 to 11. This is the Riedell Orbit with the 120 boot. Man, this is nicer than the 111 boot. And then we have the Riedell Zone roller skate. So we got the straight up velvet. But this is only going 4 to 12. Once again, this is not a full-size skate. For this one, I'm going to call it a tie. Looking at it, it looks like Vanilla has outdoor wheels, but they don't have specific packages that they are selling as outdoor packages. And these aren't really outdoor packages. These are just packages that they're selling in other locations with different wheels. This is a little bit different. I haven't seen the Riedell Zone roller skate anywhere. But the other ones. So this could be connected back to the beginning. One advantage that Riedell does have over Vanilla in the outdoor space is their partnerships with other roller skating companies. Because they can source wheels from other places, this is going to give you more options than you're going to get when you go with a traditional Vanilla setup. And that is what skates that I would get to skate different styles between Riedell and Vanilla. Let me say that one more time. And that is the skates that I would choose to roller skate different styles. And that is Riedell versus Vanilla. Which skate for which style? You might have noticed that I left a couple styles out like Cali and Detroit. The thing about Cali, Detroit, and a lot of those slide styles, the big difference between those styles and the other roller skating styles when it comes to equipment is the accessories, or rather the supplemental components like the wheels and the toe stops. Riedell and Vanilla don't produce wheels and toe stops en masse. Let me say that again. Vanilla produces its own wheels, but Vanilla doesn't produce sliding wheels, while Riedell outsources their sliding packages to different companies. So they don't completely produce the equipment that it takes to do those styles either. That's why I'm just going to call it a tie between those. Generally, though, if somebody wants to skate Detroit style, they get a pair of Riedells. And if somebody wants to skate Cali style, they get a pair of shoes. So that's why I'm just going to leave them off. Well, anyway, Boss Fam, that's everything that I have for today. Testimonials, Inline, Riedell versus Vanilla, RollerJam versus RollerGame. On my next video, I'm going to be talking about another Black-owned business owner, in addition to reviewing some reaction clips. I have a bunch of clips that I want to show you that I've been gathering over the last couple of weeks, and I'm excited to see how the world feels about them. Until later today, probably. I said on my next stream, on my next skate stream, I'm probably going to be back in here like 5 o'clock in a banana suit playing video games. But I'm going to see how that goes. Well, until next time, see ya, Boss Tweezy.